Alright, we should be good to go right now. Let's make sure it's actually coming through my phone.
Hmm?
We should be good. I think the
Alright.
live is going on.
Alright.
Turn this off quick.
Let's check this.
Yeah, there we go. Alright, good. Alright, yo, so back to back pod episodes. Today.
Oh my god.
Oh my god, we got back to back. I'm not going again tomorrow.
He's going again tomorrow, guys, because we're gonna analyze the latest One Piece chapter.
We're gonna analyze every One Piece, JJK, fucking My Hero, everything. We're gonna do everything.
We're also gonna do Kuriko's Basket as if it's coming out today.
Oh, exactly. We're gonna go by chapter by chapter. Oh my god, chapter 1 was so good. It's insane.
I can't wait for chapter 2.
Oh, dude, chapter 2 is gonna be so fire. But yeah, so for today's episode, it's episode 10. No, nothing special. We're just going over the latest episode NAGI chapter because it just came out like an hour and a half ago. This stream won't be that long, just because Raven got a bunch of his shit to do, and the chapter is very short itself. So we're gonna go through, kind of do what we did last stream, and give our thoughts on the chapter and such. I don't know if he's read it or seen it at all.
Nope, I literally came home from work, started doing chores, and now I'm here.
So you're gonna get his full-on reaction here. I'm gonna let him introduce himself and what he does, just because always good to let him introduce himself. So take it away.
As you guys know, Raven Geeks here. I do Blue Lock content as well. Some call me a Blue Lock psychologist. Others call me that guy with the hot character. I do have a hot character.
Smash.
Smash. I'm beginning to cook on this this upcoming video that I'm doing. Thumbnail was done by me and Arrow, so it's gonna be lit.
I know the thumbnail.
Yeah, you know the video.
I remember it now. I didn't like. Yeah, we're gonna see the. We're gonna pull up the actual manga panels themselves, but let's get into it right here. Let's hide that. Here we go. I've scaled it down so you can kind of see all of it. But so the chapter begins with Nagi wondering if he's actually a prodigy, and he reflects on his interactions with Rao and Isagi, where they both call him a prodigy, and we see his demonic aura, kind of looks like a soul on this first page, which I really like. It continues with Nagi saying he's going to confirm whether or not he is a prodigy or not, and we get a reaction of everyone's reaction to Nagi's goal. Shigeki says, "Nice goal. This final match is ours." Santetsu says, "First to 5 points." Baro says, "I'll hunt you." And then Shimizu says, "Not bad, white-haired beanpole." Otoya says, "Ultra fighting spirit." And Kiora says, "Let's have a dance battle." And the match restarts with Karasu saying that he is going to crush the prodigy known as Seishiro Nagi. So, what do you think about chapter so far, given just this little introduction?
They really come out with the weirdest nicknames, or rather nicknamed insults for characters, don't they? They literally pull some out their ass every single chapter.
Oh yeah, they just call him a beanpole, which is wild considering he is the tallest, but it's by a single inch. Baro's 6'2".
Yeah,
Nagi's 6'3".
And even so, Nagi's not like
No, he's definitely we saw in the bath scene. He's built.
He's a big boy.
He's not like Aryu. Aryu is lanky.
It's not
Aryu is a
Lorenzo.
beanpole. Yeah, he's not Lorenzo, but I don't know. When I read this, I thought it was very interesting personally that Karasu is targeting Nagi. Given what we know about Karasu, does that mean that Nagi's the weakest link? I know he targeted Isagi, which, to be fair, Isagi was probably one of the weaker links. You could argue Nanase.
I believe Karasu just targets someone who he could use to his advantage, not rather just the weakest person.
Yeah, that would make sense.
Because as we see in recently, Karasu is targeting, is trying to target Isagi as well, even though Isagi is probably one of the stronger players on the field on Acid.
Yeah.
So it's not down to targeting the weakest link. It's down to who he can take advantage of by targeting.
Yeah, that definitely makes a lot more sense. I don't know. It just seems kind of like he seems inconsistent. Like he always says Hiyori himself said he always goes for the weakest link. So why would he target?
Literally
Nagi?
Doesn't. Nagi's just strong. It's only the weakest link when he's not being served the balls at this point.
Oh yeah,
he doesn't create his own plays.
I'd say Zantetsu's probably the weakest out of all of them. Like Chigiri could definitely do it on his own. Bado can do it on his own.
In terms of evolution, Zantetsu is yet to get an evolution. So
yeah, I wonder if we'll get one this match. Although he hasn't done anything in PXG that would signify it. But
yeah, he's just been a background character for the most part, unfortunately.
Given this lineup, does this mean that Chigiri is going against Shimizu, Otoya is going against Nagi, Karasu is going against Bado, and Zantetsu is going against Kiora? We know Karasu is going to target Nagi. So does that mean Bado goes after Otoya?
It feels like a double up. Kiora and Karasu are going up against Nagi, and maybe Zantetsu will kind of be forgotten.
Yeah, it seems very interesting. Let's keep going though. So the chapter continues with Otoya doing his sneaky steps, his shinobi steps around Bado and Nagi. And Nagi says a high-speed infiltration move. And we see that Shimizu is the one with the ball, which... Okay, so yeah, Otoya kicked it over to Shimizu. I thought... When I read this first, I thought Shimizu kicked it to Otoya. I'm like, how the hell does he have the ball? But, so Shimizu has possession of the ball. And Zantetsu and Chigiri both go for a double press on Otoya to try and, contain and restrict him. And Shimizu kicks it over to Karasu. So Karasu is matching up against Nagi here. And it says, let's go, Mr. Kansai. And Karasu says, don't let me in with all of Kansai. I'm from Osaka. And he uses his hand like we see him do in the third selection. And Nagi is surprised by this. He says, his hand, he's not letting me close the distance. My movements are being restricted.
By the way, your top title is wrong.
My top title is wrong? Oh. You know what? Hold up. Now I gotta fix this. This is gonna annoy me. Now you had to point this out.
I had to because otherwise it would annoy you looking back on it.
Oh yeah, you were right. It would definitely. I even went through this and I changed the bottom title to episode. I loaded this in and I was like, wait, it's episode 9, wrong one. Episode Nagi, chapter 25, reaction. Now, see what you made me do.
You look what you made me do.
You made me do this. You made me do this.
You did it.
Look what you made me do. Oh, that's me. I'm trying to find... there's one... This... I don't know what it is. It's not... Huh. Eh, whatever. Alright. It's done. Let me load this. Let me load it back in. And, fix it up a bit. You did it. You did this to me. This is totally... We're totally prepped for this. What's up, guys? Sorry for the, the inconvenience, but he had to point this out to me, and now I gotta fix it. Here we go. There we go. Much better. Episode Nagi chapter 25 reaction. There we go. That's way better. I had to touch that up a bit, but there we go. We got it fixed. All right. So, Karasu gets past Nagi, and Nagi says, my movements are being restricted. And Karasu says, watch what you say, you big-mouthed self-proclaimed prodigy. And he pulls off a feint and says, that naive tongue of yours is gonna hurt someone before you know it. And Nagi is very surprised by this, and Karasu says, not like I know them. So, before we get into the next part, I want to look at this, and given what we know about the recent BLUELOCK chapters, does this mean that Nagi's ego type is freedom based? We know there's holistic and individualistic, and then you have freedom based and restrictive based. Does this mean that Nagi's is freedom based because he's not really in a good position given Karasu?
Yeah.
And
I feel as if though the freedom for Nagi to be able to just handle the balls, not being so restricted in terms of like his own options rather than other people. I feel like that's the difference. I think he's individualistic and then freedom.
Yeah, like I made an argument that he was very individualistic and restrictive, given how we see him performing while under pressure sometimes. But this makes me wonder: is his ego type based on how he thrives when other people are doing it, or how he thrives given a situation where he's on the offensive? Because him on the offensive and him on defense is very different.
I feel like he thrives when other people are restricted, like either on his team.
Yeah.
And he has the freedom to do what he wants.
Yeah. I don't know. But it's interesting to me. And it seems kind of cool to see Kodansha actually do something finally after over 160 chapters since his introduction. He's finally doing something.
Bro got a manga cover and everything.
He got a manga cover and had one moment.
Toya has more moments, man.
Oh yeah, it's sad. We continue by saying, it says, Tabito Karasu never shows his true nature. That's because he doesn't believe that he's an interesting person. After all, he's moved by ordinary things and is hurt by ordinary things. Basically, he's aware that he's mediocre. He doesn't want others to know of his mediocrity, so he developed a habit of analyzing his environment and the people around him. His trait of finding others' weaknesses and teasing them into submission was a form of self-protection to keep others from realizing his own true nature. I really like this. That is a good
character explanation.
Yeah, as much as I don't like Karasu, and I think he's incredibly overrated.
Well, damn.
At this point, seeing this character development is putting him in a new light to me, simply just because he's finally getting some attention. Aside from just the standard, I'm top 3 in the third selection, but I don't really have any proof of it. I've had one moment, one good game where I showed off what I can do. But now we're getting his football philosophy, which is what we got through a lot of characters, and it's really interesting to see one of those philosophies built upon an insecurity. We don't see a lot of those, as far as I'm aware. Like, the closest thing you could say is, like, maybe Burū, but, like, Burū isn't really insecure. He's more of overconfident, I guess, would be something he could lean to.
Yeah, it's more so when he becomes insecure.
Yeah.
Well, he despises that aspect.
Yeah.
But this is just boost his ego anyway.
Yeah.
Karasu, I don't deem Karasu as overrated. In fact, he is perfectly rated for how much we've seen of him.
Yeah, I agree with that. He's perfectly rated in terms of a character, but in terms of overall fan enjoyment and how much people love Karasu, I don't understand it.
I like Karasu because of his theming, aura, stuff like that. His personality is, of course, very smug, in which I quite enjoy in characters. In terms of like what he's done, he hasn't done much, but I'm glad they're exploring the philosophy of characters more in episode Nagi, because that just opens up a whole new door of like, wow, this makes this character so much better because we're exploring their backstory, why they're like the person that they are. Philosophies give a lot of like hidden context in which we can then relate more or enjoy the characters more.
Yeah. This as this manga continues to develop, it continues to ruin the movie for me. It continues to ruin the movie for me.
I'm gonna keep coming back
to this.
I feel as if, though, at the end of the day, the movie was supposed to be a recap rather than
I understand that
exploration of the new characters, or rather the characters in which we know now from the manga. Unfortunately, that is just how it is. I think episode Nagi manga very much clear in terms of content, and I would much rather read this than ever see that movie, obviously.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, 100%. The one concern I have, though, is that this is the first bit of character development, aside from our standard cast that we've already seen developed in the main story. This is not a backstory we know. We know none of this. We knew none of it aside from what we got from Hiyori. Which
Yeah,
Hiyori,
and
it
from
was just they
Hiyori's-
played together.
Yeah, they played together, and Karasu understands Hiyori a bit more. But we got no context for what Karasu is like.
Yeah.
But here we go. This is a good starting point, and especially if we dive into Atoya and whoever the fuck the other guy is, I forgot his name.
Yukimiya?
No, not
No,
Yuki.
we already got Yuki.
The fucking
Shimizu?
Himizu.
Shimizu. We're definitely not getting anything of Shimizu because he hasn't done anything and he's not going to.
I feel like he can be like a backstory whilst he's about to lose, and then fade into irrelevantness.
Like Naruhaya.
Yeah.
But what's interesting is that this is really good. We would have gotten none of this. We got none of it. If episode Nagi didn't exist, we probably wouldn't have gotten this. And it's really cool to see this coming out now in the PXG match, given that Karasu is currently playing, and with the teaser we got that he's going to do something with Zantetsu to get Shido away from Kunigami.
Yeah,
like we know that's going to happen.
He's a great strategist for the fact that he is able to take advantage of people's weaknesses. So he's looking to take advantage of a Kunigami weakness, for example.
Yeah, 100%. But it's the fact that we're getting development for a character currently in the main thing without having to take away time from the main story to give that development.
Yeah,
that's what's really cool.
We have two characters to work on who are in the current match, which is great. Because if there was no characters like within the manga currently, or within the episode Nagi manga currently to work on that it's in the current manga, then it would kind of feel like this is just a sort of a stall, and we wouldn't get much context for characters. Karasu getting a backstory, hella boss. We may get more on Kura, but that's yet to be seen, and I think we're about to just get more on Kura the later we go on in the normal manga.
Yeah.
So seeing Karasu, great.
Yeah. You know what I do think is going to happen is I do think they're going to do an episode Nagi Part 2. And they are, after this kind of chapter, I see it as a very high possibility because it's now including information that is kind of relevant to the main story. Like, you could disregard everything. Basically, you could disregard all that we've seen in the second selection of episode Nagi after Isagi won. It didn't necessarily matter that much, considering what we know about Nagi's development. Like, if we completely got rid of the fact that we knew that Nagi was practicing his jumping trap turn that we're going to see in the U20 match, that doesn't necessarily matter, that we knew he was practicing for it. Mm-hmm. Right? I honestly think it's kind of it's less of an interesting point that Nagi didn't just come up with it on the spot the same way he did his 2-stage fake volley. I thought it was I thought it would have been more interesting for him to just pull it out of his ass. Like, he's doing it and he's going. And it's in a better way than Isagi pulling off his twin gun volley, because Nagi is literally a genius. He's made to be the prodigy character who can do these insane things just out of nowhere.
Yeah,
that's what makes him so dangerous.
And I feel as if though Nagi's ones is because of the fact that he's a prodigy and is able to just pull off what is considered inhuman feats because of the fact that he's a prodigy. But Isagi's one was made purely out of adaptiveness. But looking back on the me researching for my upcoming video. Isagi took inspiration from Nagi directly in just one of the chapters.
Yeah.
Of course, we should all know that, but it's specific with how it actually foreshadows the fact that Isagi is going to take Nagi's weapon as reference, or Nagi's shot as reference, in order to utilize it himself. So it's not the fact that Isagi has to practice, it's more so the fact that Isagi has to take inspiration and adapt in his own style to make use of it. So I think Isagi's one still, I think Isagi's shot still worked for the fact that he has seen it executed before, or in some capacity executed in a way in which he can adapt for his own.
Yeah. The point I'm making is that they could do a second part, and because looking back, the montage doesn't ruin the second selection as much, because it's kind of just catching you up. Like you said, it's kind of just a recap. Yeah. But they could still do a second selection adaptation. like even right after Isagi left their team, if they start the movie there, there's a lot of content they can animate paced pretty well. They only have to do what, 2 games? 3 in the World 5 if they include that in the movie? 3 games as opposed to episode Nagi's first part where they have to go through like what 5, 6 games?
Yeah.
Like they could definitely pace it well and be good.
I fully agree. But at the same time, they're not gonna. If they wanted to make more money, sure, but I feel as if though they have to do it justice, and they've already cut to like at the end of the episode Nagi movie, they already cut to the fucking U20 match, which is incorrect because Zantetsu's on the field. But
well, yeah, I get that. But I'm just saying this chapter is kind of a reason for them being able to do that.
Instead of a movie, they could do a mini series. Which
like what, like an OVA type, like a 3-part OVA type thing?
Yeah, so I would say like I'd say like a multi-parter kind of episode instead of a full movie to come out on platforms when it's just ready instead of like a movie release. Because that way it would just it would receive the time for it to be paced well, and not to mention the latest budget. In which they're not just like shamelessly trying to money grab from movie theaters. They should release a mini series for the episode Nagi scenes in which we haven't seen in a normal anime, because everything else, I believe we shouldn't be seeing the stuff we've already seen in the current anime, because there's not really much of a point unless we just want better animated scenes. But let's be honest, I want to see the full effort put into the scenes we haven't seen. So yeah.
There is something I do want to bring up regarding the World 5 match. We see Nagi's entire development here is basically him wanting to fight on his own and questioning whether he's a prodigy or not, yada yada. I'm very open to the idea of Luna shattering all of this development that Nagi's currently going through. Like, I'm wanting Luna specifically, the same way he taunted Lin, I want him to do something to wipe Nagi's not wipe his development, but shatter his understanding to where he goes back to how he's teaming up with Isagi in the U20 match. Because, like, Isagi and him had, like, an insane combo move that got Isagi basically almost a goal, where Burū came in and scored. Basically, that moment where he faked out the entire defense, even Aiku, and basically got a shot. That would not be something that I believe this current Nagi would do.
Yeah, if this current Nagi is focusing a lot more on his own skills, his own individuality, he needs a sort of soft reset of sorts leading up to the U20 match. Because we don't see that in the third selection, because he very much pairs up with Yukimiya, and tries to pair up with Reo even more so. So we need to see a possible realization of how Nagi, in his current state, can't do things on his own, and he still needs to develop as someone who relies on others. And he may get too comfortable in that situation, because that's when, like, in the NEL, Chris Prince and Agi steps in to say, you need to develop on your own, because you're at this great point of great physicality and great syncing up with other people, but you just got to improve on it now.
Yeah. It's... Hold up, you're glitching out real bad. Hold up 1 second. Disconnect and rejoin real quick. You're like glitching out real quick. Yeah. But while he's doing that, how's everyone doing today? You know, we got 23 people in here. Thank you guys for tuning in. Let's see some people in the chat. We got Scyther here, Ruben, Zach, Pan, Melded, J8, Cabdol. I don't know how to pronounce your name exactly, but yeah, I see you guys. Thank you guys for tuning in the live. You know, let's put him back on. There we go. Much better. There we go. Continue what you were saying. Sorry.
The overall point is just the fact that like second selection Nagi doesn't have the cojones, the physicality in which a NEL Nagi does to be individualistic, because I feel like a second selection Nagi is very much outclassed by a lot of players just on his own. So that's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, I think he's gonna get crushed by Luna. I don't think Loki would do it. I don't think Adam Blake would do it. Dada or Cavazos. It's definitely Luna. He's basically a narcissist. I think he definitely do something to fuck him over. And what would be, because when we see Nagi when Isagi leaves, he's very like he's drained. Like he's drained of his passion right now. He's in regret. He's like, damn, what could I have done better? And we see all this development building up. He's very ambitious. He seems very active into it, and when we see him in the third selection, he's very not, right? He's very like he's very just like, he seems kind of down a lot of the time by his expression. He seems very uninterested. He seems sad. He seems down in the dumps, and I feel like getting crushed by Luna would be like a whole reset to his mindset, where he goes, all right, I have to team up. Let me work with Ryo to break down the defense, and then he sees Yuki and he's like, this is an opportunity that could work. And he goes back to that kind of thing. I don't know, but that's what I see happening. But yeah, I still think an episode Nagi movie part 2 would be possible, just given these 3 matches. And if we get another backstory aside from this one we're getting here, it definitely could fill it up. Like an hour and a half for 3 matches, 30 minutes a match. You get, say, 20 minutes a match, give 30 minutes of just conversation time, because there was a couple chapters where there's just downtime and a lot of other character development for characters like Bado taking the lead of this team. You have their conversation with Zantetsu and Haragi and such like that. It's very interesting to me. And then you'd have to have the explanation on luck, which would probably be explained to them as well. So that's what I think would happen. We'd also get probably a continuation on the Shido match, honestly, and Ryo's perspective, because Ryo is definitely another, like a antagonist of this story, this specific side story. So that's why I think. I don't know, but let's get going with this. So Kurasu says, back to talking about his mindset. He goes, so those with more unusual sensitivity, or whose plays were more, who were even more amazing. I'm messing up my words. Those cleverer than him, or those eviler than him, Tabito Kurasu lived his life with respect for the extraordinary ones who surpassed his own mediocrity. And in contrast to him, Eita Otoya lived his life by totally going with the flow. His fundamental approach was to not worry. When anything unpleasant happened to him, he would override it with fun things and forget it. In his opinion, thinking was pointless. Worrying about something meant that it was beyond his current capabilities, so he didn't want to, and he didn't bother to. He just did the things that he liked, be cool and popular, have fun with the girls, and go with the flow to become the world's best. That's really interesting to me. Personally, I really enjoy it. Like, I like how there's the duality of both the characters in terms of personality and approach to just everything with their mindset going into Blue Lock. And, like, I don't know, we're getting a Toya backstory too, and seeing how Toya handles things, I really fuck with it, honestly. I think he has, like, one of the perfect mindsets of this, just like, listen, chill out. Like, he's definitely like the reader in, like, of this entire thing. He's like, yeah, he's gonna go with whatever happens. Y'all overreacting, just kind of chill out, enjoy shit, type thing. But what do you think?
Yeah, I mean, his mellow mindset would be a factor in which very much makes sense for his character. I've never seen him very serious. I've never even seen him like frustrated in terms of like I've never seen him physically frustrated with something. Like
we haven't seen him like at all. We've seen him like
3
times.
Yeah, but for the times that we have seen him, there's been like no emotion besides this straight face and also like chill attitude. And when he was hanging out with, the guys during that one episode where they were hanging out like guys.
Yeah. Like, I really enjoy it. I think it's a really good mindset, but I also think he definitely is kind of in the same boat with Nagi, lacking the motivation to do anything outside of his comfort. Like, he doesn't. He just go with the flow. He doesn't try to. If he loses, his mind says, "Oh, I lost." He doesn't try to do. He doesn't like he tries to do anything more.
Yeah, but that is not the mindset of someone who should become world's best striker, unfortunately. So these are failing mindsets.
Yeah, like, and that's also why I think Karasu went. It's another reason why Karasu went back to defense, and Otoya is playing the assisting role. Like, he doesn't have the ambition to be the leading role, so he just goes with the flow and goes to the support role of Bachara and Barcha. And then Karasu is worried about his own mediocrity, so he's focusing on the defense role of making sure those who can't beat him don't get past him. Like,
yeah, it's sort of a like I'll kick you while you're down to boost my confidence because I'm insecure myself.
Yeah, he has the bully mindset.
Yeah.
I realize Karasu has the bully mindset and Otoya has the bystander mindset.
Yeah.
Like, it's really interesting.
And we got Yukimiya with his pacifist mindset as well.
Yeah. That's a really cool, like, top 3 kind of thing. I also find it interesting that Yukimiya wasn't selected. Like, Yukimiya wasn't just on their team. They chose, like, Yukimiya was someone they're probably going to steal next.
Yeah, it was within those next matches that he was gained, along with.
Yeah, it seems odd though. Like, he seems like if he made top 5, he probably would have been like wanted sooner. Like, he would have been.
He probably just my thing is the fact that he probably just hasn't played a match up until that point, and of course, like, he lost to the top 2 the top 3 players, or God, I can't count. Top 4 players, by which I mean Otoya and Karasu being 4 and 3, and Yukimiya's 5. Because they're basing the statistics not on just goals, but like overall usefulness and performance. It may seem
who was on each team. Looking at it here,
Yukimiya, of course, ended up on Karasu and Otoya's team.
Yeah, I see it here. So they didn't lose again. Like
Nah.
The second selection thing is very confusing when I did my count every single possible goal in the series thing that I did. It's very difficult to, like, look at it because Nico and Hiragi aren't on the same team. So one of them won and then they lost or whatever. And that's a whole new like calculation you have to do. But these guys, Shimizu, Otoya, and Karasu are still on the same team. So they won their next 2. Which is interesting to me.
Okay, wait.
But
let's take a look. You might as well continue with going forward in the chapters, by the way.
Yeah. Chapter's almost done, actually. We continue with Otoya saying and he goes with the flow. And then it says, when those 2 met during the BLUELOCK dorm entry exam, they both had the same impression of each other. What's with this creep? But to Otoya, the calmly calculating Karasu who won using his wits was impossibly cool. And to Karasu, Otoya's what you see is what you get personality meant that he didn't need to waste his time discerning Otoya's true feelings. He was comfortable to have him as a teammate. And above all else, Karasu and Otoya had exceptionally high play compatibility. Karasu's preference for using hand techniques to keep the ball and control the midfield, and Otoya's fondness for slipping past defenders to charge up the center to the goal box, together the 2 of them were mutually beneficial for winning in BLUELOCK. And the chapter ends with them starting to form teams of 3 to advance, with Otoya and Karasu talking to each other. And that's where the chapter ends. So it's very like cut off at the end. I wish there was more. Unfortunately, there isn't. But I don't think there is. Yeah, there's nothing else. But that's interesting to see that we get these 2 were in the same stratum together at this point.
Okay.
It's very interesting to see that they were same stratum, same entrance exam, same team, and they were on Team V together. So they were on the highest rank, but Karasu himself started at being it, meaning he was the lowest rank of Team V going into this.
Okay.
Which is weird that they'd put Atoya higher, but whatever.
I think Atoya's abilities allow him to get the jump start because we see with Chigiri. Chigiri's just outmatches people because of his speed alone. And that was very much like you couldn't counter that shit very well in the first selection because it was just a matter of someone having a physically a better ability in which just overpowered people. While Atoya has that same ability. But Karasu doesn't have as much of it.
Yeah.
Karasu does have a good physical ability, being able to use his arms and distance himself from players in order to retrieve the ball or dribble past them. But I guess it's more so like he took the time to discover that. And Atoya was already like pretty good at the whole shadow sneaking thing. Shadow steps.
Yeah. It's interesting that you reflect on this because when you talk about Chigiri, it really does come down to do you on your team have someone who can counter the other person's main like frontal assault? And when you think about it, it's really wild that Team Z lost or like was struggling a lot. If they played like just a normal team, which by the way at the start doesn't make a lot of sense. Like when they started the game, like
not counting.
You realize, when they first did their first match against Team X, the mindset was the top scorer survives. But you realize this is your first game. You don't have to embrace that mindset until you've lost already. Like at this point, it's a fair, even start.
I feel like everyone went in with the mindset of like, it's kind of contradictory in a way. It's like everyone went in with the mindset, oh yeah, the top scorer advances. And then they all started to think, oh, the other people are going to be selfish. I'm going to beat them to the punch by doing it myself.
Yeah, I don't know. It just seems really like a dumb mindset when you just think about it.
It's a project of overthinkers. They're basically playing Among Us with each other.
Yeah, it's just like you gotta be a little smarter, right? You gotta be just a little bit.
I don't think anyone at the very beginning has like a presumably high football IQ besides Rin.
I mean, Karasu definitely at this point. Now that we're looking at like his development,
yeah, I mean
his backstory, he had a high.
But his development throughout the first selection must have very much assisted that. But I feel like Rin is the only one with like proper experience because he has a brother who is like a professional player.
Oh yeah, like Rin before the Blue Lock project could still probably be better than people in the first selection.
Yeah, very much so. Because I don't think it was a matter of him discovering his weapon. If for the fact that he unlocked Flow before he got into Blue Lock, that's just saying everything you need to know about Rin.
Well, yeah, he obviously did, because Sai was like, oh, you can still make that face. He's done it before.
Yeah, so that just means he outclasses everyone even before Blue Lock.
He's more of a prodigy than Nagi is.
Yeah.
Which is saying something. That's another thing that is odd to me, is that,
It's because Rin is, like, hard work plus natural talent. Whilst Nagi's just natural talent.
Exactly. Like, Isagi, there's a lot of characters who fit, like, what are 3 characters you think fit each of them? Like, when it comes to hard work, the first 3 that come to mind are Baro, Isagi, and Yoichi. Those are the top 3 that come to mind when I think of just straight hard work.
Yeah.
Like, Isagi definitely does have talent, but it's a lot of hard work. Or even, like, Kunigami in place of Isagi. Like, Isagi, you could say, is a mix, I guess. Rin and Isagi are definitely a mix, you could say.
In terms of hard work and talent, Rin, Bachira, and...
Rin, Bachira, and Isagi, I think, are like a perfect 3.
No. Isagi is not hard work and talent. I don't think he has talent. He's purely built up because of his hard work. And
he's the adaptability genius. Like, he's been labeled as adaptability prodigy.
That's not what I would refer to as talent, because it takes hard work to be adaptive.
We could just be naturally good at adapting to situations.
We saw his built up to adaptiveness. because of like the first selection matches. Before then, he was simply just referred to as the average Joe. But then he started adapting against Naruhaya and Burū. So his hard work paid off then.
He's labeled as the average Joe though, in comparison to these other people like Burū and Nagi. Which comparison, he's definitely the average Joe. But if you're just looking at Isagi himself, okay, in actual soccer, there's this thing. I did the whole research on this just for a video. There's this thing called the startle reflex, and it's what triggers tunnel vision. Isagi and Shigiri had their conversation. He doesn't suffer from that like a lot of athletes do. Isagi does not have a startle reflex when it comes to sports. So whenever he's like expending a lot of energy in a physical situation, like playing a sport, his vision doesn't get tunnel vision. That's natural talent that your body just has. Your body just naturally doesn't do that. That's just a natural gift you have and you can do.
Everyone has some level of talent, but it's not so like Isagi has the level of talent in which Nagi has.
Obviously not.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm more so referring to.
Because I'm taking like a mix. Like they're definitely branching off between.
I'm saying someone with high levels of talent and hard work. Rin is there.
I'm just saying about 50-50. Like in terms of a graph.
Oh, if it was 50-50, then Isagi's closer to that than he is just a high level of both.
Where would you say Bachata is on the hard work to talent scale?
He is more so talent than hard work.
Hell no.
Let me finish. He's more so talent than hard work, first and second selection. In third selection onwards, then he's hard work.
I still disagree with you. I think he's still more hard work.
Bro, he fucking owned everyone on Team V. That was just natural talent.
No, that was straight hard work. His entire
he had no one to practice with before BLUELOCK.
His mom, that's the point. That's the point. His mom literally said, ever since Bachata was a kid, when he was born, that ball has been within an arm's reach. He dribbled by himself for years. Years he dribbled by himself, practicing, locking in, knowing how to dribble.
You know the rivalry between Goku and Vegeta and how they grow exponentially when they train with each other?
Yeah.
That's the same fucking thing. Bachata has no one to be with. Therefore, what carried him through and through was his talent alone.
But you're looking at like he has just natural talent of dribbling. No, he had over a decade of... He had more time dribbling than Lin had just playing soccer with Sai.
Dribbling is very much a talent. Like, not everyone can...
It's very much a talent, but it's a lot more hard. You can be talented at dribbling, but if you dribble for 10 years practicing, you're going to be way more advanced than just it being just talent. Like, I'm not saying he's definitely talent doesn't affect, but if it on a 100% scale, it's 30% to 70%.
I'm just saying, chat agrees with me.
Well, chat got no idea what they talking about.
No. I'm just saying, dribble is much more talent than is hard work because not everyone's naturally gifted to be a good dribbler. Like, Isagi has so much hard work, but bro is not a good dribbler by comparison.
He's gotten better, but he's gotten way better dribbling in the past month.
That's through his hard work.
In the past month of it. Exactly.
Bachata's talent alone has carried him to be a way better dribbler. He's more talent in the first and second selection, but hard work, like in the NEL, of course, because he is more so adapting to his individuality. You know?
I think it's in terms of his dribbling, it's two different kinds of hard work you're looking when comparing. In my mind, the hard work is still there. It's still a lot of it, and I'd say it's more than the talent. But when going into the U20 and third selection U20 and on, his styles changed drastically. Childhood, first selection and second selection is just straight up elastic dribbling. His standard monster influence elastic dribbling. After that, egotistical dribbling. And then to the NEL, Jenga dribbling. It takes a lot of hard work just to do all of that.
You got to think of like the fact that his talent was, of course, helped by his own like philosophy, his own aura, and also the fact that like he came out of his own talent immature, and then through his hard work, he became mature. If he started off as hard of a worker, he would have been already mature by the time he hit BLUELOCK.
What do you mean?
He didn't. He didn't need the guidance of Lavinia. He didn't need the guidance of Lavinia in order to discover that in himself. He just never worked as hard as his talent pursues him. You know?
Well, you gotta look at it in the sense of Lavenho is basically Bachata
It's
fully
Lavinio.
realized.
Stop calling him Lavenho.
I'm gonna call him. I'm gonna call him. I'm gonna call him it. I'm gonna call.
You're disrespecting Spain at the moment, man.
I'm American. We disrespect everything with our pronunciations. It's terrible.
Chat, roast
You
man.
you disrespect everything with your spelling. Spell color. Spell color.
What do you mean?
Go ahead.
We literally
color.
we originated the language.
Yeah, we know it. We're American. America.
You literally stole our language. And then changed it for no reason.
But like Spain, Barcha's master is just Bachata fully realized. He has this exact same mindset as Bachata. Like they Lavenho. No, I'm gonna call him Lavenhow. Lavenhow, alright? Is just Bachata fully realized. Like, he has the same monster identity mindset that Bachata has. His dribbling is basically kind of the same. They grew up with their unique dribbling style. Like Jenga, he grew up with it and incorporated it. Bachata incorporated the last dribbling into his.
I argue the physical abilities in real life for this because I believe natural dribblers are talented in comparison to just hard workers. You go outside with a football and start to dribble, do that for 10 plus years, come back to me and see where we're at with the conversation. All right,
stream's over. I'll be back in 10 years. I'll be back in 10 years. You'll see me playing for Japan. I will lead them to victory.
I played football for 3 years plus.
I agree. I did the same.
I practiced dribbling constantly because that was what I was in the position of the defender. My job as like someone who with the ball as a defender was getting upfield to pass it to the center forwards. For the life of me, I'm not a good dribbler. I'm just a good defender. I'm good at blocking. I'm good at stealing the ball, and I'm great.
That isn't a very egoist mindset of you. That isn't a very egoist mindset of you.
But I'm pointing this out. Everyone has their limits, and guess what? Dribbling is much more talent than anything in terms of like football. Trapping is very talented. Dribbling is very talented. There is a spectrum. We have to make a spectrum for this. Football skills, what's in talent, what's in hard work.
What? Sorry, I blanked. I was reading this question and it caught my eye, and I was processing it. They said controversial opinion. Do you think, I'll say, Lavinho, do you think Lavinho is a harder opponent to face than Snuffy?
Lavinia would be harder to face individually than Snuffy, but if Snuffy has a team around him, Snuffy would be harder to face against.
Like,
Snuffy's strategies literally fucking, like, had Noel Noah be like, stole him.
Yeah, he literally said,
on his own,
do Snuffy... nothing except play mad defense.
Yeah, and Snuffy on his own, he was not in contention to be like top world's best. Even though Noel
Snuffy?
Noah, what I mean is like self-proclaimed world's best. Snuffy's never proclaimed himself to be world's best because individually he's not a carrier. But with a team, with his strategies, bro is a GOAT.
Snuffy plays like Psy. He plays so much like Psy in the U20 match.
Yeah.
He isn't the leading role, but he gives everyone the leading role.
Yeah.
Without him, like Ubers definitely wouldn't be as good without Snuffy.
Lavinia wouldn't solo Ubers. I wouldn't say that. Because they lost.
Could Lorenzo lock him down?
But Barcha lost against Ubers.
Do you think that Lorenzo could lock down.
I think Lorenzo's style of defense can definitely lock down Livigno because bro is just a kind of a naturally gifted, talented defender.
Although
with his style,
let me ask: we haven't really seen him play defense? If you really think about it, he kind of just appears in locations.
He steals the ball and goes upfield to pass to Burū.
No, but in terms of being a defender, have we seen Lorenzo do anything? We saw him snatch the ball from
he's
incoming
more
pass.
Like a ball snatcher in defense rather than an actual like man mark target. Blocking and intercepting.
We saw him just block a shot, a Kaiser impact, and we saw him block Nagi's kick, and then we saw him steal a pass to Kaiser. Aside from that, have we seen him do any defensive feats?
Man was really good at defending these nuts going in your mouth.
All right, the stream's over, guys. We're done. I need like a 2-week sabbatical to recover from that. Like my soul is injured. Like I can't. My body. My soul.
In any case, I feel like Don Lorenzo would give Livigno a run for his money. Not to say Livigno would completely be outmatched by Don Lorenzo in any way. Livigno is way better, but. Yeah. Don Lorenzo
was
would
so
have a great
underutilized
job in marking him.
I wanted to see Lorenzo defend. I would have loved a Arlene Versailles style of matchup between Kaiser and Lorenzo. Like, and also in kind of the same way that Snuffy and Raichi's altercation happened, where Raichi just didn't let Snuffy go anywhere. Or he tried to. I would have loved to see that fulfilled with Lorenzo and Kaiser. Just them going one-on-one like a Chris Prince and Kaiser style, but just like that. I would have loved to see that because we've never seen two new Gen 11 players really go head to head.
Notice how each new Gen 11 player is a different position.
What's up?
Each new Gen 11 player is a different position.
I'm aware.
Yeah, man, that's crazy.
What point are you making?
My point is, if they were to introduce any new ones, where would they go? It would feel very unbalanced. Goalkeeper?
Like technically, yeah, because they just kind of broad term: striker, midfielder, defender. You still have like the wingers. You have your side backs. You have the goalkeeper.
Nah, but I bet they are trying to go for the broad term. So next up is goalkeeper.
Yeah, I don't even think that. I think this is it. I don't think they're gonna have a whole team.
Give me a goalkeeper. Give me a goalkeeper.
I don't deny that we're gonna get a goalkeeper. I don't think there's gonna be another new Gen 11 of any other category. Like just new Gen 11 is just like the highest
into existence. Gagamaru, the new Gen 11 goalkeeper.
Sendo, the new Gen 11 goalkeeper with the saves he's been making.
Are you the new Gen 11 goalkeeper with the saves he's been making?
Oh yeah, that single save is better than anything that Karasu has ever done on defense. That single save is better than anything Karasu has ever done on defense. Like, Nico's a better defender. Nico's a better defender than Karasu. I'm a better defender, and I am out of shape as fuck.
I'm a better defender. I haven't played football in like 5 years.
I'm a better defender. I'm a better defender. I'm a better defender.
You're me. Me. Anyway, we're very much not talking about the fucking manga anymore.
No. Evan, to answer your question, you said, I saw your Blue Lock movie review on your channel. Does it spoil anything, or should I not watch your vid until I talk about the movie a lot. I feel like I talk about it in pretty broad terms. If you want,
Broski's that triggered.
Yeah. If you want to know, if you can watch it if you want, it kind of leaves some spoilers. If you want to know specifically what I'm talking about, watch the movie first and then come watch the review. You'll know exactly what I mean.
Yeah.
That way you know the moment I'm talking about.
I suggest it if you just want someone to agree with after watching the movie, because you're gonna end up possibly with the same opinion if you're not blinded by the fact that you got Blue Lock content after 2 years.
Yeah, I was in that boat too. I'm like, I hated the movie, but it's something. All right. in your mindset, if you enjoy the movie, don't watch the review because I just shit on the movie. If you don't like the movie, watch it. I'm one of those people that if I hate something, I love seeing other people also hate that thing. I'm one of the people that when I get pissed off at a video game, I look up the reviews and read the bad ones because it makes me feel happy.
I'm the mindset of like, if I hate something, I hate it a lot more if it's something I love. Because because I, you know, for example, I love Scizor, but his shiny fucking sucks.
What's Scizor shiny look like again?
Fucking puke green.
Hold up, I gotta look this up. All right, side rant, I guess, about Scizor shiny. This Pokemon talk. I like that shiny. The hell you talking about?
Nah, that shiny's ass, bro. They could have made it black. They could have made it dark blue. They could have made it purple.
It looks better in Gen 9 where it's metallic.
Well, yeah.
Where it's like metallic, it looks way better.
It looks better, but it's still not good.
It's better than Scyther, who just has some fucking burnt-ass wings and some pink...
I would rather take a slightly changed shiny than that shit.
Damn, bro, you really...
It's because Scizor's my favorite Pokemon, and this is also a point of contention. I love Scizor, and I hate Kleavor.
Kleavor's cool.
I find Kleavor naked.
I don't know about that.
Kleavor kind of disturbs me, and it sucks how Kleavor actually has a better shiny than Scizor.
Question, do you think Isagi would have learned Predator Eye if you went to... like, if you went to Ubers, or do you think he would have mastered Metavision, but better? Because of Snuffy.
He ain't built for Predator's Eye. As much as Metavision helps with it, it's more so like, that's a hyperfixation. And Isagi's not known for that. He's not known for the hyperfixation.
Reen is 100% hyperfixation.
If he doesn't get Predator's Eye, I call bullshit.
I mean, I've made a whole theory video. It's my worst viewed BLUELOCK video because I made it when I was not making BLUELOCK content at all. It was like one of my first videos, and in this second selection, he does what Bato does with his stealth kill shot. Like the identical formula: create a wall of people, give a blind spot to the goalie, and shoot when they're off guard.
Yeah.
That's only possible because of Predator Eye. And he does the exact thing. So, I don't know.
Any case, the chat is saying that Scizor's the same color as my hair. No, my hair, the hair color of my character is darker. No,
I don't know about that.
It's literally darker.
It's literally the same color.
I love dark green, or a darker shade of green. Light greens are like putrid to me, but even so, there are some lime green or lighter green colors of shiny Pokemon that I like. It just doesn't work on Scizor, and also kind of boring because he's already a bug type.
I just thought about this. It's very off topic. Do you think in anime, if like you ever see those memes of like the MC having like the wild color hair, and then when you see their parents having just like normal brown or black hair, you think when they gave birth and they realize that they have just bright fucking pink hair, that they're just like, so who's the real father? Like, do you think that's ever a conversation that gets brought up? Is like, well, no one in my family has ever had pink hair.
If Hiyori is still like pure fucking white, we're gonna have some questions.
I mean, he's basically just a carbon copy of his mom. Like,
yeah,
he's basically just a carbon copy.
Because I don't think his father's mixed race. Or at least, like,
his dad's black.
Yeah, his dad's black. Like, come on.
Why did I say it so... Why did I say it with such emphasis?
I had to copy your emphasis so you didn't seem like the odd one out.
So I didn't seem racist.
Yeah, so you didn't seem racist. Now we both seem racist.
Now we're both equally as bad. But, like, Hiyori is definitely... Well, Hiyori's mom had the blue hair, right? Like...
Yes. His dad has the... You know, he's black and has black hair, so...
Yo, fun fact, Bachira's mom is actually, you know, she married that soccer ball that Bachira always holds. That ball is the father.
It's kind of like the fucking Ass Ketchum's mom and Mr. Mime.
Basically, it's basically like, yo, you're pretty fine looking soccer ball over there.
puts it in
Also,
the whole
were
vagina.
they poor?
Well, she is a self-enthusiast artist, so I would.
So yeah,
assume
she's poor. So they're poor.
She
So they're
graduated from university with an art degree and realized, oh shit, I'm
That
gonna be
explains
stacking
it.
shelves. I'm gonna be stacking shelves.
Well, you look at it like this. They have only ever been seen in that paint studio.
Yeah.
And there's just a mattress on the floor. Just chilling there.
Yeah.
And by the way, that's another thing the anime does terrible in the anime. I couldn't tell what the hell she was painting in the anime. You look at the manga, it looks great. I'm pulling this up now because I
Maybe
need
it
to
was
do
some
this.
copyright painting, and they were just like, "Fuck, we can't do it in the anime."
Fuck. We can't have like
Oh,
what is
shit,
it,
that's
David?
the stuff. I'm coming.
I gotta find the chapter. I can't let this go. No. I don't need
Bro,
fake volley. I need.
let me double Glock your ass.
Let me double Glock your. That's why he just pulls out a gun.
Isagi gets mad in the middle of a match and pulls out a fucking gun.
I saw TikTok. It's like, I would just love. It was talking about Haikyuu. It's like I would love if Haikyuu got really violent, and whenever they lost, they just started beating up at the other team. And the top comment was, "You can. It's called BLUELOCK." And I'm just thinking about like, Rin's aura is just water. He just waterboards people.
I think of I think of whenever beating people up. Rin and Shido have that locked in. Fucking fighting after every match they played in the third selection.
Yeah, this is so disappointing. I'm reading the chapter of Bachira's like backstory and thing, right? They did his aura so terrible. You want to talk about stink aura? Have you ever seen Bachira's aura in the anime? It looks like crap. It looks like a fart cloud.
It's because it's CGI.
Yeah, it's.
I believe CGI auras can look good, but like we've seen a CGI movie before, Dragon Ball Superhero. Like that movie looks great, but come on, when you use shit it's CGI, it's going to look like shit, and I can't believe they can't see that.
Oh no! I was lying. Both of them look just incredibly terrible. I was.
Bachira's aura just looks bad in the early.
Can you see my screen still?
Yeah.
You see, this is her painting. This is her painting, and then I gotta open this up in open an image in a new tab, and then this is her. That's her anime painting.
You gotta show it to chat.
I am. I'm showing it to them right now.
No, my stream is delayed. It's fine.
Okay, it's just what?
Is that supposed to be Bachira's monster?
I that's apparently her monster.
Her monster looks
Okay.
like a Harry Potter character.
Yeah, a little bit. The anime actually did it
Dobby.
better. I don't know why I was saying.
Dobby.
You look at the manga one. It doesn't even look like anything. I just see eyes. His mom is fine though. I don't give a fuck what people want. I don't give a fuck what people gotta say. His mom is fine.
Blue Lock mums are fine.
Dude. Chigiri's sister though.
She may be underaged.
She's older than him.
She still may be underaged.
Chigiri's 18, I think.
No, Chigiri's 16.
He's not.
Well, he's not 18.
How old is he? Oh, holy shit, he's 16. Hold up. I gotta look this up. Hold up, I gotta look this up. Please, 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 for the love of God.
Bro's about to get cancelled.
Please, please. Please say something about her age. I need to make sure she... Please.
Bro's gonna catch a case once her actual age is revealed.
There's nothing. Okay. Alright, listen. They say she's older, and they say that she used to dress up as Santa. Okay? And if you look at Chigiri's mother, right? She's got the old she got the old lines. You get the old lines.
Nah, bro.
So-
bro, you're heavy coping. You're just gonna make it worse. Just say you take it back. Just say you take it back.
I say no. I take back nothing.
He doesn't take back it. Chat, clip this.
Chat, please. Do you all agree? Is Chigiri's sister legal? Please.
This is the fucking stupidest question.
No, it's important to me, okay?
You've dug yourself a hole. I was targeting the mums. You went after the sister.
I don't care. I will still go after Bachata's mom. I do not care. I will still...
We could have talked about Kaiser's mum, and that's
Dude.
it.
Kaiser's mom is a model, bro.
Kaiser's mum. How did she get with that fat piece of shit?
Dude, I need to have his dad's level of Riz, bro. I don't.
Alcoholic Riz. Beating my son Riz.
J.A., you get me. You get me, J.A., you get me. He understands the type. Listen, alright? It's better than the people who simp for Chigiri, alright? I'd rather go for his older sister than the 16-year-old princess looking dude.
I sent for my character. My OC is actually 18.
Yeah, I bet you do.
Yeah, you do.
Maybe. Okay. You don't want to open my closet. In my closet is a shrine.
Big fucking body pillow.
When you hit 1,000 subscribers, I will send you a body pillow wrap of your character.
Should I just start merch and then the only merch I have is a body pillow of my character?
Yes. Alright, Harleen's... Alright.
And then you get the behind and you
sis,
see his ass.
sis Chigiri should be at least college age, so legal as fuck. She lives in Tokyo by herself while her whole fam is back at Kagoshima. She lives on her own?
Bro. Guys, it's funny if you just lead him more into doubt.
It's funny if you get a charge brought up.
Guys, it's for content, please. We gotta make this popular. We get so many views.
There's a guy on TikTok who said if I hit 50,000 followers, I will commit a second-degree Class A felony. This is not wild. It. I am not.
That's wild.
All right, but seriously, take a blue lock woman. Who are you taking home? Of your choice.
Honestly, because we've seen so much of her, we gotta say Henri. Henri, come home with me.
Hiyori's father. Next question.
Hiyori's father. You know what? Isagi's dad. Next question.
Rin's brother.
Rin's brother's a shout.
I'm taking Sai home with me. Better yet, I'm going home with Sai.
In Blue Lock, who you taking home for a dirty sesh? And when I mean dirty, I mean Don Lorenzo dirty.
You know, that's also kind of cool. Harley just said in the day off chapter, Chigiri mentions that the only reason he could hang out with them is because he was with his sister. Bro casually just goes to chill with his adult sister, just as a vibe. That's just so wholesome to me.
That's cute. That's a cute sibling relationship.
I love the wholesome parts of Blue Lock that just don't get addressed. Like the fact that Kunigami is a role model to his two younger sisters and will casually lift them above, like use his arms and lift them up just because they like to be raised up in the air.
They really have good sibling relationships until you hit Red.
Sir, Kunigami's sister's a child.
They're literally both children.
What you have to say for yourself?
Caught in 4K.
No, you know who I'm taking home? Ryo's mother. I'm getting that MILF money, bro. I do not care. Divorce your husband, take half the company, and give it to me.
What about Ryo's assistant?
What about Ryo's preschool teacher or kindergarten teacher that confessed to him?
No, I was more so thinking of like the old nanny character.
Sir, I don't care if you're 16. His sister's like 12. Make your argument. I dare you. I don't care if the age of consent is Japan is 16. She's 12, sir.
This is where we're gonna wrap up the stream, guys.
If you don't hear from me,
we're gonna
I'm on my way to
topics. So I'm here to wrap it up. Thank you guys so much for joining us for the stream.
Yeah, thank you so much.
The episode Nagi manga hype as always.
This was something. Like, hold up. Before I gotta make sure my bro isn't going to jail. I gotta make sure that he ain't going to jail for saying Kunigami's sister. Well, we don't get any information on them apparently. But was there? Oh, okay. No, I see your argument. I see your point. I see the point that you make. I see the point. His sister looks to be about his age. Kunigami is like what, 18?
They twin sisters, right?
I don't think so. He has a
not identical twin.
He has an older sister and a younger sister.
Oh, okay.
So
okay, you didn't specify the younger sister, so you passed.
It's just that they look at, like, when they're hanging on Kunigami, they look like the same size.
Maybe Kunigami's just like.
Well, he's tall. He's 6'2".
Yeah, he's 6'2", but would that mean the sisters are like 5 foot 4, 5 foot?
They're like, well, one of them's young, and the other one, and in Japan, aren't women usually like more on the petite side? Not saying it's a stereotype.
They are like 5'5" and below.
Yeah, so like they're like Corona's height, which we see Corona next to Isagi. We've seen Isagi next to Kunigami. So like
we've seen Isagi next to Hiyori, who Hiyori should not be that tall.
Yeah, how tall? Wait, how tall is Hiyori? I feel like shouldn't he be like?
Bro, he's 6 foot.
Bullshit. Holy crap, he's 6 foot tall?
Bro, didn't you see Onyx's video where he was like, he's not even a short king, he's 6 foot.
How tall is Noah? Do we get a height for him?
I don't know, but I think he's pretty tall.
He stood next to Raichi and Yukimiya and looked almost the same height. How tall is Raichi? Raichi's 6 foot? What?
Big up Raichi.
How tall is Isagi? Is he like 5'10"?
No, he's
5'8"?
He's 5'8".
5'9".
Oh, 5'9", yeah. Fair.
Dog, what? Why is everyone taller than Isagi?
Anyway, we gotta wrap up the stream because I'm gonna be busy.
Yeah.
I gotta get food.
Yeah, you go. Listen, all right, guys, you need to go sub to his channel. He's working on a big project, and you guys gotta go sub to him now. All right, I left his channel tagged at the top of the description. All right, so just go to the description, click it, go sub to him. Also, join the Discord. We have a Discord server. The link to join that is also there. Go join it. We'll be there talking. If you guys got video ideas for either of us to make, leave them there. Yeah, talk to us. Spit some hot takes.
We can do a tier list on mothers. We do a tier list on BLUELOCK mothers.
This is true.
Family relatives.
That's a stream. Another thing
Kaiser's
I want to do.
Goes in S tier.
Oh yeah. W parent.
W parent.
W parenting style. Beat his ass.
It beat his ass until he became the best in the world.
Another thing I want to do now that it's been some time. It's been like, when did I do it? It's been like 3-4 months since I did my first stream. I want to do another ranking BLUELOCK character stream because a lot of stuff has happened. There's been a lot of development and stuff that's happened. So a lot of stuff has changed since that stream. It's been 4 months. The Pikachu game didn't even happen. The Ubers game I don't even think was over when I made that stream. So again, we gotta do one of those. Maybe get some guest stars on here. Maybe. Who knows? But again, thank you guys for tuning into the stream. Go check him out. Go join the Discord server. I hope you guys enjoyed this stream. It was kind of short. I'll probably do another one on Wednesday, but another Pokemon one. Who knows? And another hot take stream coming up with Hideo. Join the Discord. Leave your hot takes there. I will add them into the thing. They'll have a chance to be included. Yeah, that's all. I don't know if he's still here.
Fucking bye.
He is. Goodbye, people. Goodbye.